So this is what we did yesterday. Any questions on anything? All right. Then moving along, little doggies. Equations. An equation has an equal sign. An equation is often something that needs to be solved. Man, I think these other classes are so loud, but then I know like yesterday I'm playing a concert video in my SLP in the morning. So I guess that's how it be sometimes. If a variable appears under the root in an equation, it is a radical equation. Those brackets don't need to be there. That's just me showing you, where's my little pointer, that this is all under the root sign. So 3 equals the root of 2x plus 3. Say something, please, if something doesn't make sense. To solve a radical equation, there's 4 steps. Numero uno, whoosh, isolate the radical. The radical is the root sign. So you get that by itself. There could be like a little asterisk here because sometimes it's not so neat and clean. You might have radicals on both sides and a constant. You might have like the root of x plus 3, like the 3's on the outside of it, equals the root of something else. Then you just got to square both sides. Anyway, so you isolate the radical. Then you square both sides. You simplify and solve. And then you check your solutions. I'll give you a second to write that down, then we'll talk about that. Matthew, Ashley still got braces, right? Mm-hmm. Did you rub that in or anything? Like?
No, she hates that. She hates that I got mine off first.
So you should rub it in a little bit then. If she gets upset, just say Morris told you to. Did she ever tell you about the fight that we got into in my office? Did you hear about that? Which one? The one where I had a hoodie over my head, and so I was fighting blind, and she came at me swinging. She's talking smack, so we just had to settle it like adults. And so I was like, she's hitting me, and I grabbed arm, spun her around, I got her in a choke. I think Adriana recorded it, but then I was like, we should.
You never told me about any of the fights you guys have, but I was there for one of them where you put her in the headlock.
Well, it needs to be done with that girl. Adriana recorded it. I was like, "Do you guys show your parents?" Like, "No way." I was like, "Really?" I was like, "We should show it to Grad." They're like, "No way." Anyway, so you check your solutions. Maybe I shouldn't be saying this. This is being recorded. But anyway, you check your solutions. Any solution that doesn't work is an extraneous root because you'll do all the math correct. And it'll be like x equals 3. And then you punch it in and you get some imaginary number. You get a negative under the root. That means that answer doesn't work. Another way to look at it, and the way this would happen in applied math, I feel like sometimes I'm knocking applied math. I'm not meaning to. But this would be solved with like Desmos. This is 2 different equations, y equals 3 and y equals the root of 2x plus 3. And wherever there's an intersection, there might be 1, there might be 2. Those are the solutions. But some places, they never meet, they never touch, there's no solution. You might get, like when I say check your solutions, you might get 2, you might even get like 3 possible answers, and none of them work. That's just the way it goes. Cool. Did everybody get that? You're good? All right. Look at 1 and 2 and do 3. Let's hope that I can remember that. I wonder if Mrs. Thiessen can hear me as well as I can hear her.
Probably.
Mrs. Thiessen? Alicia? Maybe not. So I have here just one question, but I did add, it just added like 3 because there's not a lot from the other textbook that I was using. That same Google Doc that it was originally called 3.1 practice questions. I think I just called it Unit 3, changed it, and I added 3 questions. Who's on? Matt, you were on while I was changing it, right? Was it you? I seem to remember because you can see who's all viewing, and I see this M, and I thought it was you. I was thinking, or no, maybe it was Maya. Anyways, I saw that there was somebody there while I was doing it. It doesn't mean that they were watching. But Maya, was it you? Anyways, so there's a couple extra questions if you want them. That's on that same Google Doc. Okay, are we good to move on from here? Right. So page. Wait, I just want to make sure that's it. Yeah. Okay. Asymptotes. Where are we going? 110. Radical equations. Blah blah blah. So okay. So here. The first one that it's giving us is the root of x minus 1 minus 2 equals 0. So algebraically, you put the 2 on the right side, so you get to this. You square both sides, so that kills this root sign and turns this into 4. You got x minus 1 equals 4. Add 1 to both sides, x equals 5. So then you check, put it back in the original. 5 minus 1 is 4. The root of 4 is 2. 2 minus 2 is 0. It works. X equals 5. The way to do it graphing, although we won't do it, but it's here and I might as well just mention to you. 2 equations, put the 2 on the other side. So one of them is the root of x minus 1. The other one is y equals 2. So the y equals 2, that's a horizontal line. You have the root going here. It intersects where x equals 5. Cool, cool, cool? Cool beans.
And it shows it really well.
I know, right? Like, if you want, like I can punch one of these or anything into Desmos and you can see. The same idea, now they have it with a plus 2 instead of minus 2, so you move that over here. And right away, like when you first do that first step, the root of x minus 1 equals negative 2, you should see right away. It's not going to work. There is no value for x inside here that's going to make this root negative. So when you get this far, you can just reject it out of hand. There are no roots. But they went through, kept solving, find out that x equals 5. Well, you plug that in. 5 minus 1 is 4. The root of 4 is 2. 2 plus 2 does not equal 0. Graphing, when y equals negative 2, when you put negative 2 on the one side, it's down here. They screwed up. That should say negative 2. It's down here, and then the radical starts here. They will never intersect. They will never meet. No roots. Cool, cool, cool. We'll do example 3 like a family. You guys do this as families, right? You sit around the table and...
No.
What? Sounds like family we should pray for. X minus 5 plus 7 equals x. This friend of mine, I probably told this story. He works at a school. It's called John G. Stewart. It's very like a lot of the kids there. Like they basically don't have parents. They what is going on here? I gotta remember this is recorded. I gotta not say anything I shouldn't be saying. But anyways, the kids they live like on site, like it's just kind of across the parking lot, kind of these group homes and stuff like that. And so Terrence, this friend of mine, he's hired to teach there, and you have like 5 to 7 kids, and it's almost like elementary homerooms, like they kind of teach all the subjects. And Terrence, this friend of mine, is not a math guy. He's the one I've told the story where he sent me a simple math question, and before I could answer, he's like, "No, I got it." I was like, "Do you?" And he didn't. But anyways, he was asking me for help and stuff, and I went to help him, and I realized as I was talking to him, like just talking about kind of ways to set up, that's terrible, ways to set up his class and things like that. I was getting louder while I was talking to him and talking fast, and I realized, holy, I am a math nerd. Like I'm excited to be talking to him about math. It's kind of funny. All right, so in this situation, we want to isolate the radical. Maybe I'll use 2 different colors. So I'm going to subtract 7 from both sides. So it becomes the root of x minus 5 equals x minus 7. Okay? And then I'm going to, stop me from going too fast, and then I'm going to square both sides. And so what that looks like, and I'm doing all the steps here. You won't need to do this many steps. I just want to do them all just so we don't lose anybody. So it's x minus 5 times x minus, oops, there we go, times x minus 5 equals x minus 7 times x minus 7. So this is just, it's a root sign times a root sign, so they cancel. So you've got x minus 5 on this side. Over here, you're going to do FOIL. X times x is x squared. X times negative 7, negative 7x. Negative 7 times x is negative 7x. Negative 7 times negative 7 is positive 49. I'm going to clean that up a little bit. Like I said, I'm doing all the steps. I wouldn't do all of this normally. You can. It's not a bad thing. That's minus 14x plus 49. Okay, so my leading coefficient is positive, so I'm going to leave the x squared on this side. I'm going to bring everything else over there. So I'm going to subtract x and I'm going to add 5 to both sides. So 0 equals x squared. Negative 14x minus x is negative 15x. 49 plus 5 is 54. So now we've got to factor these bad boys. Oops. No, that's right, right? 14, 15, yeah, okay. So it's going to be x minus x minus. We know that because it's negative and positive. And so two numbers that add up to 15, but when you multiply them, they're 54. Looks like a job for 9 and 6, I'm thinking. So x equals 9 and 6. I'll pause for a moment to let you absorb that. But now we need to check. So let's first check 9. So the original equation is root of x minus 5 plus 7 equals x. So we're putting 9 in. So the root of 9 minus 5, putting that in brackets just to show that's what's substituted in for the x, plus 7. Now, question mark, does it equal 9? The root of 9, not the root of 9, 9 minus 5 is 4. The root of 4 is 2. 2 plus 7. We know it works. 9 is a working solution. Let's check 6. The root of, I'm going to skip a little step here, 6 minus 5 plus 7. Does that equal 6? 6 minus 5 is 1. The root of 1 is 1. 1 plus 7 is 8. 8 does not equal 6. 6 is extraneous. X equals 9. Therefore, x equals 9. It is important for you to say somehow that you're rejecting what doesn't work. You can say 6 is rejected, 6 is extraneous, 6 is not a solution, something like that. Because if you only do this, it's implied that you got it. But it needs to be clear, because maybe this is lucky, maybe you forgot to check, I don't know, whatever. Just make sure you show your steps. You don't need to do every single step. Notice like I kind of skipped the first original. I was thinking about here, do I write the root sign of 4 plus 7, blah, blah, blah. You don't need to do every single step, but you do need to show your work.
Leave it like 8 does not equal 6.
You should show that you substituted it in. Like,
Yeah, but like for the final answer.
oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this is, yeah, that's totally fine, yeah. I thought you meant like check 6. 8 doesn't equal 6. It's like, give me something else. And yeah, but it's true because you can do them in your head. You know, simpler ones like this you can do in your head. I think that's it, my friends. Cool, cool, cool.
Yep. We have to graph that or no?
Nope. No. I can, if you want to see, like, just I'll show you just what it looks like, just so you have the idea. Let's learn together. Okay, so, and you don't need to do this. It's just good to know. So there was a root of x minus 5. X minus 5. And you could say, yeah, I'll just say it right here. So plus 7. You could move that to the other side, whatever. And the other side just equals x. Why is this one not showing up? Oh, plus 7, that's why, because it's way up here. Looks funny that it's just this burp, just in the middle of nowhere. But they intersect at where x equals 9. That was our answer. Now I said if I could have put this 7 on the other side of the equation, they intersect at x equals 9. Cool, cool, cool. So if this were, no, that's not what I wanted. If this were the equation, like negative x minus 7, see this bad boy goes far to the left and up. This guy's going this way. There is no solutions. Those guys are not intersecting. You would have solved, you would have gotten an answer, but then it wouldn't have made sense. It wouldn't have worked. All right. Here's hoping that recorded, Maya. Hope you're feeling okay. Hope your sisters are okay. Bye.